Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Please give this video a thumbs up. Click the bell icon at the top of the page to get notified when I post a new video. Universal channeling. Channeling the conscious universe. Blossom Goodchild, The Federation of Light, March 21, 2021. Blossom Goodchild. What ho, chaps. How's things in your neck of the woods? Federation of Light. Greetings Blossom, and to each one that resides upon the earth plane, whether they know of us or not, our love still reaches out to them. Blossom Goodchild. I am sure it does. A question by many is, where does the land lie regarding the announcement? Is there still to be one? Federation of Light. Indeed. For the changes that are to take place in / of great magnitude, pivot around this. In that, when such a matter is brought into the open, it's the big game changer. Blossom Goodchild. So, such a matter meaning one thing only? Federation of Light. Yes. Blossom Goodchild. It's got to be huge, and one, I presume, that no one has yet heard about / uncovered? Federation of Light. Initially, there shall be an awakening that occurs by many of the sleeping ones. Not all, for there shall be those who prefer to ignore that which is divulged, due to not being able to access the reality of what is and what is to follow on from it. You know, you understand, it cannot be revealed by us. That would not be at all fitting. Blossom Goodchild. I understand this, yet, would you be able to tell us if it is something that those who go down rabbit holes may be already aware of? Federation of Light. No. Blossom Goodchild. Far out. What on earth can it be? For even I, bobbing my cottontail down quite a few warrens, now, wonder how much deeper things can go? Federation of Light. Oh. A lot more Blossom. Blossom Goodchild. And you did reveal a while back that it would be announced by a surprise guest or similar wording. Federation of Light. This is so. This is to be. Blossom Goodchild. Will the guest be the shock? Or what the guest has to say? Federation of Light. A combination of the two. Blossom Goodchild. Will the waiting for it go on for much longer? I know dates are a no-no for us both yet. Has it been deterred for years? Months? Days? Federation of Light. It has been deterred, due to unexpected setbacks. Which again, cannot be given to you. However, each day brings you closer. Blossom Goodchild. Well, whichever way you look at it, that's a cert. The energies of souls down here are depleting for so many. The waiting, the guessing, the uncertainties, of everything. We are doing our best, yet, some days the heart has a sinking feeling all day. Federation of Light. Then say the mantra more often on such days. It will bring you out of it. It will see you through these times, now and forever. Blossom Goodchild. I feel all I could say, I have already said somewhere along the line, and would loathe to bore. How about the monoliths? What's happening with them? Federation of Light. They are all in place. Blossom Goodchild. Wow. That was unexpected. Federation of Light. This does not mean they are ready for action, just yet. Although, it is necessary for them to root themselves into / through the Earth's magnetic field and solidify their structures. Through this method they are able then to connect with each other, would we say underground, within pathways of connection, which in turn allow them to connect and communicate with each other, in preparation for when they are set. Blossom Goodchild. Set? Federation of Light. Yes Blossom. Blossom Goodchild. To go off? Federation of Light. In a manner of speaking. Blossom Goodchild. Can you elaborate? Are they anything to do with the announcement, for instance? Federation of Light. In a roundabout fashion. For there are to be a series of events that are to take place, yet, it is necessary for their order to be precise in calculation. Imagine a device that one invents for fun. It is triggered and perhaps a ball rolls down tubes and in turn, knocks something deliberately placed in its pathway, which in turn, allows something else, some other movement to begin etc. Are we being clear? Blossom Goodchild. Yes, I get what you mean. So, is the announcement the trigger? Federation of Light. Yes. Yet, we would state that each movement has necessary gaps in between. It has to be this way, and you will understand why as they fall into place. Blossom Goodchild. To be honest, just to get that ball rolling will be enough for most of us. Federation of Light. And it will blossom, it will. The strongest of the strong does not just mean in ways of shining one's light. One has to be strong in all aspects of this game, including patience. Blossom Goodchild. I know. Yet, many feel their patience has almost run out. Nothing to be done about that. Federation of Light. Yes. There is. Keep building up your strength in truth, and light and determination and wisdom and trust and purpose and, do you see, dearest ones? We feel you do, yet, perhaps are tiring. Now, whilst you feel there is nothing to be done, the time when everything can be done, in ways of preparing, in ways of getting ready. Blossom Goodchild. Yet, you have said we are, and we feel we are. Federation of Light. And you are. Your task in these days is, to remain vigilant, to remain on top of your game, to keep your light shining brightly, to keep repeating the mantra, to know you are not alone when you say it/feel it, to not let complacency absorb you through this wait. If a marathon you had trained for was postponed, would you sit back, eat, and blob? Blossom Goodchild. Ha ha. Blob. I don't know why, yet, that word seems funny coming from you. Federation of Light. Yet, it is in your vocabulary, Blossom. So, would you? Indeed not. You would keep training, keep running, keep on keeping on, for to let it go, when you could hear word in any moment that it was back on, would not bode well for you. Blossom Goodchild. Yep. We understand. We are just flagging at the moment. Well, a lot are. Of course, I cannot speak for all. We will keep on, of course, we will. So, back to the monoliths, if we may. My thoughts, and we may have touched on this, is that they will be to do with the event. Which event, you may so rightly ask? The biggie. The one that may involve a solar flash and a huge wave of love engulfing the entire planet and raising the vibration immensely. You know, that one. Federation of Light. This is correct. The actual flash itself as it leaves the sun, will trigger a few of them, would we say, the main circuits/switchboards, which in turn will energetically connect with all the others, for they are all ready, in place. Already and interconnected through their roots. Blossom Goodchild. Yet, what is their role? What happens when this happens? Federation of Light. They are of much power, beyond your comprehension, or anyone of Earth. When ignited, when activated, and at play/in play, their energy will enable a huge magnetic, energetic, electrical wave, of both sound and movement. Blossom Goodchild. Dare I ask about the movement part? Federation of Light. Taking your beloved planet through, to a higher dimension. Blossom Goodchild. That's what I thought you were going to say. Federation of Light. This can only take place when all is in place. So, although we say the structures are set, they are not programmed for any particular date. They are programmed when all is in alignment. Blossom Goodchild. So then, the event will only happen, i.e., the solar flash, whatever the whole shebang entails, when everything is in place, also. Federation of Light. Yes. We cannot begin to explain the enormity of this. It is imperative for earthly strategies to be in place, along with certain planetary/star alignments, in order for everything to come together in this divine plan. In order for the end of the darkness and the beginning of the light world to flow into position. As you can imagine, Blossom, the complexity of this plan is far from a walk in the park. Blossom Goodchild. Yep, I can't even begin to imagine, to be honest. That's why, I guess, we have to keep trusting, and the only thing that enables me to do that, is my heart's knowing that this is actually for real. Sometimes, our ego questions all of this, of course it does, so much of it sounds utterly insane. Then, I remember, I know, that millions feel the same as me. There has to be truth in that. We didn't read it in a magazine, we just knew it from within. Something we brought with us from home. Federation of Light. Correct, Blossom. It is your truth. Blossom Goodchild. It is known that truths can change though. Federation of Light. One's truth, as they become wiser and more accepting to a bigger truth, can change. Yet, the bigger truth remains just that, always and ever the bigger truth. Blossom Goodchild. You know, years ago, I got so confused with you about truth and one's own truth, etc., and ended up losing the plot completely. You just nailed it in one sentence. Federation of Light. Yet, years ago, this would not have been your truth. Blossom Goodchild. It doesn't seem to be that complicated to me. Federation of Light. Now, blossom Goodchild. I will take your word for it. So, then, the message for today would be to keep on being patient. Federation of Light. When you say it is running thin, how can it blossom Goodchild? Because the waiting for the announcement, or something to rock the world, is taking so much longer than any of us imagined. Federation of Light. Yet, to be patient, all one need do is take a few deep breaths and smile, and sing, and do anything that keeps your vibration high. For soon enough, you will be rocking all over the world. Blossom Goodchild. What? The entire status quo? Federation of Light. We understand your humor. Do you mind reading the joke? Blossom Goodchild. I wonder if everyone else will. You know we are doing as best we can. You know we are grateful to you for helping us to keep on board. You know we got this, and you knows that when it all kicks off, we will probably be whinging and moaning about that, because we can't get a break. Hey, dearie me, us humans, you gotta love em. Federation of Light. Without question, we do. Blossom Goodchild. I am the light. I am the love. I am the truth. I am. In gratitude. In loving service. I am. Rocking all over the world is a famous song by a group Status Quo. For those who didn't get the joke. Website, blossomgoodchild.com.